So, as I said just a few minutes ago, this is southwest Detroit. Believe it or not, there are still quite a few buildings heated with steam in Detroit. Radiant heat. Now we're going to be coming up to 4th Street, and then I will be taking a right, and hopefully I run into Marguerite or Tassie or somebody that I've interviewed before. That's the post office ahead of me, the main post office in Detroit. This Burger King's been here forever. Now this guy in the right, he's supposed to be turning. That's actually a bike lane, but he's going straight. That happens a lot too, so you have to watch it here. Fucking dumbass. So here's 4th Street, and hopefully I run into some of these people, or I can find out what's going on. I'm kind of heading into the west, so I may have to quit videotaping and do it on the way back. So if you watched any of the other videos, particularly some of the women that I interviewed, this is 4th Street, which is where all these interviews have taken place. Here's the Ambassador Bridge. This 4th Street was a wreck too. Most of this has been patched or repaved. It's nice. Now that new Gordie Howe International Bridge is going to be built, and that's going to be coming into the area of Delray, another section of southwest Detroit. They haven't actually started construction, but they've done some of the infrastructure. And this is the Ambassador Bridge, and the reason for this new bridge, for the most part, is commerce. And it will benefit Canada more than us, but Canada's paying for it. See all these trucks? They're just backed up forever. It takes forever to cross the bridge. Speed limits are slow in Detroit too. Any of these main drags like this one, 30 miles an hour. So these cops just write tickets all day long. It's never a problem finding somebody that's speeding. You wouldn't think a big wide open space like this with not too many people crossing would be this slow, but it is. So's Woodward and Grand River and all the other main arteries. This is a hotel that's frequented by the ladies of the night quite often, the Crest. So we'll be coming up to Clark pretty soon. That's usually where I get off, but I took a different way so I could come down through the west side of Detroit. So here's Clark. I go to this gas station most of the time. There was a party store down here in Campbell. I mentioned that in one of my other videos that was closed, and that's where most of the women that I'd interview would come and go, get their checks cashed when they got one, pop, water, all summer long. They were open late and they were closed, and I'm not sure why. I'm hoping to find out why on this trip. I know the city was cracking down on places that they felt was a public nuisance, and that may have had something to do with it. When the city gets their eye out for you, you're done. That guy's probably a AAA contractor. You know, for a while, AAA would not come down to Detroit after 10 p.m. Surprised these buildings haven't been torn down by now. There's a couple active businesses, but most of them are vacant. This eye care center, that's where I interviewed Tassie, and if you look across the street, all these buildings have been demolished. A whole giant block was torn down. This building was wiped out too. That's a big vacant lot now. These buildings were all torn down.